Welcome back to the fourth installment of Learn to Play Piano in a super quick and efficient manner, starring Shane Chapman, Brooklyn Guitar School Director. We are here at the Brooklyn Piano and Voice Studio. Check it out, brooklynpianoandvoice.com. And we have learned many things about the piano in the last three videos. We learned the names of the notes on the piano, so we can identify any notes. If I say, "What's this note?" you then reply very enthusiastically that it is, yes, F sharp, also known as, G flat. So we know all the notes. We know how the five-note scale works now. We can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in every key, and we're getting to be quite awesome at it. And we know that major chords work by taking the 1, the 3, and the 5. There's 3, 4, 5. And that's a major chord. We also learned that by lowering the third note of the scale, your middle finger, and this is how you should do all the chords, by the way. Don't do like this or anything like that. Just thumb, middle, pinky. And you're going to lower that middle finger to make a sad minor chord. So we can play every major and minor chord that is conceivable. Now, if you're feeling like you can't play every major and minor chord, at least, even taking time to figure it out, review previous videos as needed, and let's move on. So let's see, what's in this video? I wrote it down on this piece of paper. Yes, very well. We're actually going to play a song now. Okay, we're going to do Let It Be by the Beatles, and Let It Be is in the key of C, which is great news for us because even though we can play every major and minor chord, for things in the key of C, what typically happens is we don't have to play anything but white notes. All the chords just look like you just move up. Diminished. So, we're going to be using C, G, A minor, and F mainly in this song. Here I've got a fake book, which is appropriate because, like I mentioned, we're kind of faking playing the piano. You've got a lot of notes on the page here which look intimidating and like they might be a daunting task to figure out, but we're not really concerned with the notes. We know what the song is supposed to sound like. We've heard Let It Be before. What we are concerned with is the chords, and on this chart here there are chords. These are guitar chords, and they're charted for guitar chords to tell us how to play them on guitar. We don't care, though, because we know this one says C, and we know how to play C. This one says G, and we know how to play G. So, as is often the case with these charts, be they from the interwebs or from a fake book like this, they line up the chords with the words that you're supposed to be singing. So you see the word find. When I find myself, they're lined up, so you can tell when you're supposed to be playing what chord. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. So basically, we're going to start with one hand, and we're just going to play the chords that we see one time each. So here I'll go on C, and I'm going to start the song. So and also, this is important, down here on the piano, we've got a pedal that is called the sustain pedal. When I hold that down, it holds the notes for me. So if I want to hold a chord, I can do one or two things. I can leave my fingers on the chord until I want it to stop ringing, in which case I take them off and it stops. Or I press down the pedal, hit the chord, and it sustains all by itself. So that's great when we're doing something like this, because that's going to give me extra time to get to the next chord and figure out which chord it is. So, just my right hand, I'm going to play the chords that I see. When I find myself in G times lines up with G of trouble, Mother Mary comes to... No good. It's alright. I did that to make you feel better about yourself. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. So that's all songs are. They're just chords, really, put together and played. So that's the most simple way I can play a song like that. Is just playing each chord on one time. So C, G, A minor. And again, if I wanted to figure out how to play an A minor and I wasn't sure, I would just go do the scale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then I would take my A major and lower that middle note. Now, as I mentioned, these are all white keys, so we don't have to think too much about it. All these chords have the same exact shape, which is always going to be the case with chords in C, songs in C. So you can. The next step would be to try and do it with both hands. Now I can play a C, 1, 3, 5, 3, 1, in that hand on my left hand, and I can play it the same chord with my right hand. My left hand I use my pinky, middle finger, and thumb. On my right hand, my thumb, middle finger, and pinky, well, the same on both hands, yeah, but backwards. So, now I've got a much fuller sounding chord, right? Even though it's just the same thing. So, now I'm going to do the same thing, but with both hands. And, you'll work up to this, obviously, but when I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. And of course we could do the little walk down. Let it be. That's getting kind of fancy, right? So now I'm just playing one time each. The next thing I can try to spice it up is I can play quarter notes with my left hand, and then maybe just the half notes with my right hand. So 2 times with the left hand, 1 time with the right hand. It'll sound like, when I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. So just 2 times, 1 with the left hand, 1 time with the right hand. 1, 2, 1, 2. And that's how you rock songs. That's all it is. That's really all it is. It's not really all it is, but it's a great way to start. And if you know how to play the chords, and you've got a chord chart in front of you that tells you what chords to play, then you now have all the information you need to open a piano bar and start rocking.